Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so sorry. I know this is a long time in coming. Okay, so we're talking about multiplying fractions. So we're going to start with our fraction by our whole number. Let's see. Ooh, I've got some fun new pens up here. Okay, let's use this color. So if we have 1/2 times, remember that's that dot, times 10, this really is 1/2 times 10/1. Remember, all whole numbers are actually over 1. So then all we do is multiply straight across. Okay, so I'm going to do 1 times 10, which is 10, and 2 times 1, which is 2. And then I ask myself, how many sets of 2 do I have in 10? So to help us out, I'm going to draw. So 1, let's see if I can make that darker. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I want to know how many groups of 2 I actually have. So that's going to go, here's one group of 2, here's another one, and another one, and another one, and another one. And so we have an even group. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that means we have 5 groups of 2 to make 10. Okay? Let's try one that's a little bit trickier. We are going to try 3/4 times, let's do 5/6. Okay? Now, again, we're multiplying straight across. So I'm going to start with 3 times 5, which is 15, and 4 times 6, which is 24. Now, a lot of the directions will tell you, put this in simplest form. And I know that's the tough part. So what we need to do, let me see if I can move my screen first. I want to scroll down, or that just won't work, is we are going to make a chart. So I'm going to make my factor tree. So we have 15, which is going to be broken down into 3 and 5. And then I'm going to do 24. Let's see. I'm going to break this down into 8 and 3, 4, 2, 2, and 2. Now we ask ourselves, what numbers do they have in common? Well, I see this one has a 3, this one has a 3, and that's it. Which tells me right away that this is divisible by 3. And that would be the greatest common factor. So 15 divided by 3 is 5. 24 divided by 3 is 8. And this is our simplified answer, which is what we need for these. Okay? Good. Let's see if we can't get this to do what I want it to do. So just give me a second, please. You guys know how much computers like me. Yay! Okay. So now, because that one worked so beautifully, let's try one where we have a mixed number. And remember, a mixed number means that we have a whole number. So for example, we'll have 2, and then we have a fraction. Let's make that nicer. Okay, so we're going to do 2 and 4/5 times 1/3. Okay, so when we have a mixed number like this, I can't leave it like that. It has to become an improper fraction. So in order to do this, I need to say, okay, so 2, so this is going to be multiplied, and then I add my numerator in. Okay, so 2 times 5 is what? Good, 10. Plus 4 is 14, and we keep the same denominator. So it becomes 14/5 times 1/3. And I'm sorry if you can hear people talking in the background. Okay, so again, we're going to follow the same directions though as the other one, where we multiply straight across. 14 times 1 is 14, and 5 times 3 is 15. Okay, so if I broke this down, so let's really quickly break it down so we can see. Let's see, 14 is 7 and 2, and 15 is going to be 5 and 3. They have nothing in common, which tells me right away very nicely that this is going to be our simplest form. And they have nothing in common, I have no greatest common factor. One of the concerns with this is if we get an improper fraction. So let's do one where we actually get an improper fraction and have to convert it back. Okay, and then I'll give you some to practice. Okay, let's see. Oops, wrong direction. Sorry about that. Okay, so let's change that to this blue. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to do 2 and 3 over 5 times 4 and 6 over 10. Let's just do that. Remember, we have to multiply our denominator times the whole number, and then we're adding in the numerator. So what is 2 times 5? Good, 10 plus 3 is 13. So we have 13 over 5. And now we have to do the other one. So we start with 4 times 10, which is 40. Good. Then we're going to add in our numerator, so it's 6. So it's 46 over 10. Now we have to multiply. Okay. So I'm going to multiply 46 and 10. So let's see what we can do about moving this so I can give myself some more room. Okay. So over on the side, I'm going to do this mini math. 46 times 13, 8 and 1. 4 times 3 is 12 plus 1. 13, remember you have to move over, so 1 times 6. And then 1 times 4, and we add. So it's 8, 9. So this is really going to be 598 over 50. Now, this is an improper fraction. Look at how big that numerator is. This is not going to work. Okay, so now 598 into 50. We have to figure out how that's going to work. So this is where that other math comes in. So I'm going to take 598. I'm going to divide it by 50. We know 50 can't go into 5. So 50 can go into 59 one time. We're going to subtract 9, bring down the 8. Think of 50s as, 2 quarters. I know it can't go in again, so it can only go in one more time. Because I know more than that would be just too much. And this is going to give me 48, which tells me that this means it can go in 11 whole times with 48 remaining. So what that means for us is that it's going to be 11 and 48 over 50. I know this is a lot lengthier, but now we have to go back and see, okay, let's see what happens if we break it down. So let's break this down. And we're going to do 48, make my factor tree. Let's do 6 times 4, 6 times 8. Yeah, I like that. 2, 3, 2, 4, and 2, 2. So this is 2 times 3 times 2 times 2 times 2. Okay, now let's try it with 50. 50 should be easier, right? Maybe? 5, 10, and then we have 5 and 2. So here we have 5 times 5 times 2. So what do they have in common? Well, let's see. We have a 2 here, and we have a 2 here. That's it, which means we divide this by 2. That's what's kind of nice about this. So I still have that 11. It's going to be 48 over 50. We are going to divide this by 2. Okay. We keep that 11 wholes because that part does not change. And then we say, okay, 48 divided by 2 is 24. And 50 divided by 2 is 25. So we end up with 11 and 24 25ths. Be careful when you say this, you might spit on someone. So this is a really quick review. Go over these things. I'll make another video where you guys can practice. I just wanted to get you this instruction out there really quickly. My next one is going to be over converting units, and then we'll do some stuff that has to do with dividing fractions. But sorry this is so late. Enjoy. See you later, guys. Bye.